Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to your social studies class. Let's continue our lesson in history. And the topic which we are going to start today is literary sources. Literary sources include all kinds of literature, long and short, written and oral. People recorded events and memories by hand. These handwritten records are known as manuscript. They were written on rocks, palm leaves, clay tablets, and later on paper. The other forms of literary sources available to historians are books, religious texts, accounts of foreign travelers, and biographies. Even oral history is considered as a record. Literary sources are of two types, religious and secular. So let us first see what is religious literature. The writings which are religious in context and theme are termed as religious literature. Vedic literature, which comprises the four Vedas, Rig Veda, Samved, Yajurved and Atharvaved. The two epics, the Ramayana and Mahabharata, and the Bhagavad Gita and the Purans. Now let us see what is secular literature. Books or texts that are not of a religious nature are known as secular literature, like Kautilya Ardhashastra, and a number of foreign travelers left valuable accounts about the people, their lifestyles, customs, and traditions. Megasthenes, the Greek ambassador to the court of Chandragupta Maurya, wrote the Indica. Now, the next topic is oral history. Oral history is another source used by historians. For example, folk tales, songs, and myths. These are handed down from one generation to another orally or by word of mouth. Now, the last topic which we are going to read is geographical location. Geography has played a vital role in shaping the history of the world and India. It determines how particular area develops. There are numerous rivers, fertile river valleys, high mountains, desert and plains in India. In the north, the Himalayas act as a natural barrier and the rest of the country surrounded by water on three sides. The passes in the mountains act as routes, allowing people to undertake journey for trade, battle and travel. Many nations have used sea routes along the coast for social and cultural interaction. In the ancient times, people chose to live near rivers such as the Indus, Ganga, and Narmada. This was because the rivers provided water for people's needs. The land near them was fertile for irrigation, and they also served as a means of transport.